To quote Dr. Keller directly, love defines what it means to live lawfully. But that also means that the law defines what it means to live lovingly. In other words, the law is our teacher of love, not our ticket to receiving it. Yes, the rules matter. Spoiler alert. The rules are important. They protect us. They set safe boundaries for us, and they are set up to have a society flourish. But the rules were never meant to be weaponized against other people. Whenever we would approach God's laws and say, you know what, that's old-fashioned, or that doesn't apply to us anymore, we are at the very least in danger of taking a relativistic approach to God. Of saying to God, you know what, thanks but no thanks. We're wise enough, we can make our own laws. We can decide for ourselves what is right and what is wrong. But anytime we would approach God's laws as a way of passing judgment on someone else or earning God's love, well, now we're in danger of taking a legalistic approach to God. Of saying to God, I don't need your grace, I'm going to do it myself. Or at least I'm not like that person, Lord. I might need grace, but I don't need grace like those people need grace. And I'll be honest, friends. I've been guilty of both. Of approaching God's laws in both of those ways. So where does that leave us for today? Analog clock in the back. That's one thing we need. Because I can't see that. We'll add that to the list. So where does that leave us today? Well, I'm not really sure. Sometimes I don't know the ending when I get started. But I will say this, I'm glad that this is the beginning of the series and not the end. But perhaps it is enough for us today to simply realize that there are no shortcuts when it comes to God's law. There's no social or legalistic shortcuts we can make, picking or choosing, because God's law was never meant to be a transactional thing. Relativism doesn't work. Because if you have no knowledge of the love of God, you have no understanding of God's laws and why they're there. But legalism doesn't work either. Because you can't get there by following the law. You'll never be good enough. So you can't earn your way either. And the more we realize that, the more weaponizing a law against someone doesn't make as much sense. Only grace does that. And so the whole sum of God's law is love. And the more we grow in our love for God, the more we grow in our capacity to love others better. And the more we grow in our capacity to love, the more we are compelled to follow God's law because of it. So you want to keep it simple? Love God and love others. All the law and the prophets hang on those two commandments. Let's pray.